Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Resident Evil 4 with me, Chirupitus.
Hunnigan, what happened? The transmission got cut off. Salazar, how'd you...
We've jacked the line. We didn't want you telling everyone any unnecessary information.
Where's Ashley?
Ah, so she fell into one of our wonderful traps. We'll make sure we find her. Don't you worry about her. Oh yes, I let our miserable insects out for some exercise down in the sewer.
Thanks. That should keep me company, 'cause boredom kills me.
I look forward to our next encounter. In another life.
The trash talk between those two is just so good. So, the miserable insects he was talking about that are going to be down in the sewer are called Novistadors. Novistadors are invisible insect enemies, and they remind me of an enemy in Devil May Cry. In fact, it's pretty much like exactly the same design. And there's a good reason for that. The reason is because when this game was originally being developed, they ended up feeling like it was a little bit too far away from a Resident Evil game. And so that game was what became Devil May Cry. And Devil May Cry is an awesome game. And so the bounty of this game is just endless, in my opinion. So there's one of our invisible friends. You can spot him by the little mist at the front of his face. And if you know where they're at, you can snipe them down. And that's pretty helpful because otherwise, trying to deal with them up close can get really dicey really quickly. So here's two more, and we're just going to go ahead and snipe them. And kind of how it works with them, if you can't end up sniping them, is A, it's really easy to lose track of them because they're invisible, and B, you have to wait until they get up from their initial animation, otherwise they won't take as much damage, and they end up just being like gnarly bullet soaks. It's the worst. Alright, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and use one of these. I'm so overburdened with healing. And that's gonna increase my health bar permanently, so it's not a total waste. But when we see the merchant, we're gonna have to sell a bunch of ammunition because this is getting ridiculous. Okay. So there is one in the ceiling. He's gonna drop down, and it's kind of a pain. So let's see if we can get him to trigger. And I missed that shot. All right. And he barfed all over me. So they gave me that kick, which is nice. Usually when they're this close to you, you're just mashing shoot anyway. So you kind of end up getting the kick by accident. Alright, now another one's going to spawn right here. And hopefully I can get him. Alright. That went okay. Can't go in there, so let's go in here. Pick up this yellow herb. And let's check out this dead guy. It looks like he was alive until just recently. Judging by the wound, it was a quick death. Yeah, he did not look like he enjoyed that, so let's hope so. And then if we check out this room, where the one spawned in from, another one will spawn behind us. And I'm just going to hide in this jail cell like a coward because this one out in the open can get a little bit tricky. Let's see if we can't snipe him right when he gets up. Alright, that's not so bad. Another green eye. There's gonna be a little ammunition in here, and a note. Lewis's memo. There are some parasites that have the ability to control their hosts. It's basic knowledge among biologists, but not much is known as to how the parasites do it. Studying these parasites specifically might reveal some clues as to how the powers of the Las Plagas work, and perhaps provide more insight on the victims of the Las Plagas, the Los Ganados. Here is a list of some parasites that have the ability to manipulate the behavioral patterns of their host. Dicrosolium. Once the larvae of this parasite migrates to the ant's esophagus, it alters the behavior of the ant. When the temperature drops in the evening, the infected ant climbs to the top of a plant and clamps onto a leaf using its mandible. It stays there immobile until the next morning, placing the ant where it's most vulnerable to be eaten by a browsing herbivore such as sheep. One could conclude that the parasite is manipulating the host's behavior to make its way into the body of its definitive host. Galactosoma. The larvae of this parasite makes its home inside the brain of a fish such as the yellowtail and the parrot bass. Once infected, the fish make their way up to the water's surface where they'll swim until eaten by seabirds. Once again, this peculiar behavior can only be explained by the parasite's desire to get into the bodies of the seabirds. Leucochloridium. The parasite's sporocysts develop in the snail's tentacles. The sporocysts are vivid in color and pulsate continually, somewhat like a worm. Surprisingly, the infected snail makes its way to the top of a plant where it is more visible to the eyes of birds, therefore more likely to be eaten. Once eaten by a bird, the parasite will complete its metamorphosis into an adult. And so that's trying to give like a somewhat scientific explanation of what's going on with the Las Plagas. There's got to be a way to drain the water. So that's our way out, and maybe the way to drain the water is this crank right there. So if we go around a little bit, we should be able to get access to that. And in here, there's going to be some treasure. So that's the butterfly lamp. And the butterfly lamp is going to combine with the colored eyes that the Novistadors have been dropping. And that will eventually work the same way as the elegant mask and the beer stein and all that good stuff. Yeah, looks like I gotta discard that. Okay. So let's check that out right now. And so we're just going to need a blue one, and I believe that's the rare drop, although it might be the red, but either way, I'm kind of at the mercy of RNG to get those to drop for me. Although we will get a lot of chances, so most of the time you will end up getting all of them. Oh, did I not turn the crank? That would be why. Maybe we should do that. Okay. So if you're thinking, and I probably spoiled it by aiming just there, they're going to throw a bunch more Novistadors on it, you would be right. And he's got a friend. He's going to teleport in right there. And now he has no friends at all. Green and a red. Still need that blue. Okay. Now back over here, I should be able to snipe this guy, but he is going to just teleport in. If you look right now, there's nobody there. And I do believe there is going to be one more. But where? I don't remember. All right, let's hide in our jail cell. Yeah, and you see there, if you don't get to snipe them, that took like a full shotgun clip. But we made it through that intact, so that's always good. All right. right, and then right through here is the way out. But before we leave, one is going to spawn in behind me. And since I have this doorway, should be pretty easy to keep them in front of me. Horrible creatures. All right, we made it through the Novistador section mostly intact. I feel okay about it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this just to free up some room. And here you're gonna kind of see why the castle section is a little silly. Literal swinging blades, like Adam West Batman style. It's really something. The castle section just absolutely errs on the side of, like, let's do more and throw subtlety out the window. And like I said, you know, that doesn't make it bad. It just makes it a little comical. Now these guys down here are doing some kind of ritual with a sword, like, stabbed into a hunk of gore. And I don't like that, so I'm gonna try to kill them all with a grenade. And then I'm gonna immediately jump down and run this way to make sure that none of them get away. And believe me, sir, I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with me. And then that guy's gonna drop the Los Illuminados pendant, which is worth quite a bit of money. And then I guess it's bring your Spinel to work day, because there are roughly 150 of them in here. But all put together, it ends up being worth quite a bit of money, and that's always good. Everybody loves pesetas. And now we're gonna put our Simon Belmont hat on. Leap across some chandeliers. Do it one more time. And this way we will find some more treasure. Another elegant mask. We've already seen how that works, but we'll have to put that together with 3 gems yet again to get ourselves a ton of money. And now let's talk to the merchant and get rich.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger. What are you selling?
So look at that. We got 10 Spinels,
Is that all?
4 Velvet Blues.
Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Is that all?
And I'm going to go ahead and keep a set of red and green eyes. By set, I mean one of each, because I do believe we will be getting a second butterfly lamp.
Is that all? Thank you.
And it's just going to help me rely on the RNG a little bit less.
Thank you.
But we'll see. And then I do want to sell some ammunition, I think. I think I can sell 50 TMP bullets.
Is that all? Thank you.
Let's see here.
Come
Let's make sure we're fully reloaded.
back any time.
Yeah, and I think some shotgun shells can go, too. We have quite a bit.
What are you
Let's just
selling?
sell 8 shotgun shells.
Is that all?
All right, and I
What are you
don't think I can
buying?
tune up anything new. Yeah. So we're all good on that. Now we can continue on. All right, I see a little bit of loot. Let's grab that, and then we'll check out this note here. Castellan Memo. For many years, the Salazar family has served as the Castellans of this castle. However, not everything is bright, for my ancestry has a dark past. Long ago, there was once a religious group that had deep roots in this region called the Los Illuminados. Unjustly, however, the first Castellan of the castle took away their rights and powers. As a follower of this religion, and as the 8th Castellan, I felt it was my duty as well as my responsibility to atone for that sin. I knew the best way to atone for the sin was to give power back to those who we once took it away from, the Los Illuminados. As expected, it took a little time, but we were able to rejuvenate the once sealed Las Plagas. With this success, I was one step closer to the revival of the Los Illuminados. The reason why I released the Las Plagas from deep under this castle and gave them to Lord Sadler was not only to repay for the sins of my ancestors, but I felt certain that the Lord would make better use of this power to help save the world. To save those that have sinned with the power of the Las Plagas and to cleanse their souls, creating a world without sinners, the way it was meant to be. Once cleansed, they would become one of the many ganados where they will find their reason to live. And after the Lord has succeeded in creating the world in which he has envisioned, then the sins of my Salazar family will be atoned for. So yeah, while Salazar seems kind of silly, like, he is actually legitimately evil. So we're going to have some crossbow guys here. And I'm going to try to snipe them. Without getting hit by them. Because man, do I hate getting hit by arrows. Let's try and drop this guy. Oh, that was lucky. Alright, I feel good about that. And if I aim at that guy, he's going to run away. We'll see what that's all about in just a sec here. And I just wanted to use that trap because I think it looks cool. You don't really have to. It, like a lot of the other ones, is in kind of a pretty inconvenient location. Crit. Gotta love that. All right. You know what? I want a suplex. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. Wait. Yes. We did it. Okay. So moving on, we're still gonna be chasing this guy in the red robes. He's gonna have the key that we need to progress through that door at the back of this room here. And even though he ran away earlier, it'll still play that animation. Steal all their money and keep chasing this guy in red. Where is he running to? And I love that there. It's just kind of a trap because you're like, going to be laser focused on chasing him, and then they throw a shield guy at you right in your face. It's fantastic. So where did he get to? Oh my god, he is on top of a minigun. So the best thing to do here is to backtrack, wait for him to stop shooting, run for it, and then don't miss. Oh god. You don't want to miss that shot. Okay. Well, fortunately, we didn't get shredded too bad on that. Geez, still only 4 full heals. What am I going to do? So you'll see on the pedestal next to where he died there is the key, which is going to open the door to let us continue on. So let's go ahead and jump down there. And then we're going to have to go all the way back through the room to get back up there. And yeah, that's just another example of what I mean when I'm talking about the castle is silly. Like, there's swinging blades, there's a dude coming out of the floor atop a minigun. It's just completely insane. Okay, so there's going to be a treasure up here. And we're going to have a little bit of a puzzle here. The sacrifice of 6 lives shall make way to the true path. And just like your luggage, the password on this is 1234. So the idea for this is to get it to show 6 figures. That would be the 6 lives. And then it will open.
What a pleasant surprise. But I'm afraid it's Ashley we need. Not you, Mr. Kennedy.
If you don't need me, then get off my back, old man.
Did you say old man, Mr. Kennedy? It might come as a surprise, but I'm only 20 years old.
So you're just like all the others? A puppet of the parasites?
Surely you don't think I'm the same as those diminutive ganados. The parasites, las plagas, are slaves to my will. I have absolute control.
Well, I really don't give a damn. Rain or shine, you're going down.
Get rid of our American friend.
So even though we just talked a bunch of trash, we are going to run for our lives. Because these scythe enemies are dangerous. If you get hit by one of their throws, you can get one-shotted by them. So we're going to hide behind the door like cowards. And I don't usually love doing this because I think it's a little bit boring. But they do throw quite a few of them at you. All right. Let's get this reload down. And then I think we can just charge in here and finish these guys off. But naturally, we are not finished. They're going to throw a wave of crossbow enemies, my favorite enemies, at me here. Now, there should be one that pops through the door right away. I'll feel a little dumb if there's not, but I think so. He's being tricky today. He's just gonna come charging at me after getting his head blown off. Classic. Alright, I am actually a little light on rifle ammo, so we're gonna use our poor man's rifle, the TMP, to try to deal with this room. And rocket launcher friends. It never ends. Okay. That, I think, was pretty lucky. So we're gonna use the strategy of just keep moving and don't get shot by these idiots. And the frustrating part is that when you catch up to them, they run away from you. And when there are multiples, one of them's always going to have a line of sight on you. All right, that's everybody. That actually went crazy smooth. So we've got to deactivate the security system, and that will raise this central pillar. It's going to be another set of rocket launcher dudes. But if you just keep moving, they're no big deal at all. And now, there's a door I got to go through, but I'm a little turned around. Yep, it's right over here. And we press this switch that will extend the bridge. This part always reminds me of what you do, what Grandpa Simpson does when he sees Bart working the desk of the, like, strip club, and he just grabs his hat and turns immediately back around. And for whatever reason, those two enemies take like a really weirdly tiny amount of damage to kill. And I'm gonna use a flame grenade because I have too many of these. Although the flame grenades will be useful for a section that is coming up shortly. That's our goat ornament. And that's going to be there are 3 pieces that are going to end up going together, which will unlock the ultimate way forward eventually. And I'm actually going to jump down in the center here because there's some pots that I never broke. So let's go grab those real quick. Little rifle ammo, I could actually use that. Kind of surprisingly. Yep, let's make sure that's gassed up. Yeah, I do have an excess of flame grenades, so that's going to actually come in handy. And I will also probably be needing my shotgun. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and save here because that was kind of a lot, and if I mess up, I don't want to go back too far. I always kind of wanted to test something here. There's going to be a part where a bunch of crows fly past my face, and I want to see if I can shoot them. Oh, too slow. Well, we'll never know, I guess. But that's okay. There'll be plenty more crows to shoot. Don't you worry about that. And this is going to be a literal treasure fountain. And let's take a look over here. Through this window, I can see this treasure box, and I really want that. But it won't open. It's locked from the other side. With a little help from another person, I just might be able to get in from up there. Wow. And I think I know who the other person who could climb on my shoulders and climb in there and unlock the door for me is. And they even give you an extra flame grenade. And here we have a actual hedge maze. Pretty classic.
Mr. Kennedy. Still alive, I see. So, do you like my garden?
I see you've managed to work in a little of your twisted taste here, too.
Sagacious as I am, even I get lost here sometimes. Even if it takes your whole life, you'll never get out. Do you know that no one dies without a cause? You will satisfy the stomachs of my cute pets. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to tie up a few loose ends, like chasing down a couple of rats.
2 rats? If one's Lewis, who's the other? Huh. They're an intruder besides me?
So there's that third party we keep hearing about. And I wonder who it could be. But never mind that for right now. We have a hedge maze to navigate. And the shotgun takes care of these dogs pretty nicely, but there will be a couple of areas that are going to end up having multiple. And in that case, I'm going to want to be able to kill more than one at a time. That one, for some reason, takes so many bullets. It's really bizarre. And this area is a little bit unsettling just because you keep hearing the enemies, but you don't know where they are. I mean, if you've got the game memorized, you know where they are, but I don't exactly have this part memorized. Now, usually when you grab these treasure boxes, they want to throw something at you immediately. I guess that wasn't immediately, but it was fast enough. Let's make sure we're reloaded. Nice yellow herb for our trouble. So that's one of the main things in here I want to get, and there's going to be one more thing in here I'm really interested in. Boy, I hear him. Where is he? Okay, that one won't be bothering me anymore. And what we're doing in here is looking for two halves of a key very similar to the hexagonal puzzle. So that's the right half, and I need the left half. And it's nice of them to do this because getting a look will kind of help you out with figuring out where you want to go in here. So it looks to me like I need to make a right. No, I can't quite do that. And I apologize if I get a little turned around in here. Okay, I did want that. But we'll get through this eventually. Just want to make sure that, like I say, there's a couple of treasures in here that I'm very interested in. Yeah, I guess I don't need that. So here, we're going to want to use a flame grenade on these three. That'll clean them up real nice. Okay, why don't we go this way? Is that right? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Not quite where I want to be. And that's back up to the statue. Here we are. And that's the other main event for me, the red gem. And it's the same as before. That's going to go right in our super cool cosplay mask. And now I just need the other half of the key, and I can get out of here with my life. Did I get that already? Let's get up high and take a look. Yeah, actually, I think it's just right there. Another treasure box. Why not? And I do believe now I'm going to get hit by 3 of them. So let's see. There's going to be the other half of my key. And when I come around this corner, I think they're going to ambush me. Didn't get all 3, but I did get 2, and that's good enough for me. And now I believe I can just leave. Oh, I do see a treasure chest, though. Let's go get that. You can't just see a treasure chest and just, like, leave, right? Like you didn't see that? Come on. They say you want a shiny treasure box? How about some enemies, you idiot? Well, that's okay. Another opportunity to increase our health bar. Nothing wrong with that. And I think that's going to be the last thing in here I want. I mean, we can double check, but I think that's it. And I got the red gem, yellow herb. I think that's all the treasure boxes. Yep, let's go ahead and get out of here. I actually didn't get as lost as I was afraid I would, so that's always good. It won't open. There's an indentation here. 2 moons make 1. So put those together, use it, and that will unlock the door.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Sorry, but following a lady's lead just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada. So it is true.
True? About what?
You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why, Ada?
What's it to you?
Why are you here? Why'd you show up like this?
See you around.
Ada!
That's right. The other intruder is no one else than Ada Wong. How cool is that? All right, that's going to be the end of that chapter, so that's all the time I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.